AI's hidden architecture. Memory vs. reasoning. We thought we understood how AI works. We were wrong. A groundbreaking study just revealed something shocking about artificial intelligence that contradicts everything researchers expected. And this discovery could be the key to making AI safer and more controllable. Artificial intelligence is humanity's creation, yet the more advanced it becomes, the harder it is to understand. Scientists have been warning us for years. The real danger isn't just what AI can do, it's that we're losing our ability to understand how it does it. As AI models become more intelligent, what happens inside their neural networks becomes increasingly mysterious. They can even develop their own language that's completely incomprehensible to their creators. The window of understanding how AI actually functions is closing fast, and here's the problem. AI can confidently spread harmful biases, toxic content, or simply invent facts out of thin air. Even worse, most users trust AI responses without verification. And that's getting more dangerous because AI systems now feed on data scraped from the web. Data that's increasingly generated by other AI is creating a feedback loop of potentially biased or false information. To prevent catastrophe and regain control, researchers are desperately trying to dissect these models. Enter the team from Goodfire.AI. They decided to map the internal structure of large language models and visual AI systems. Their mission: to answer a fundamental question that nobody knew the answer to. Are an AI's memory and reasoning abilities mixed together, or do they occupy separate parts of its digital brain? The results were stunning. According to their study published on Arxiv, AI systems do separate memory from reasoning. They're stored in completely different locations. This is absolutely critical information because until now, we had no idea whether AI memory and intelligence were stored in the same place or not. Here's how they figured it out. The team used a mathematical technique called KFAC, which stands for Kronecker factored approximate curvature. This allowed them to identify different processing components within the AI. They found two distinct families. First, low-curvature pathways that handle memorization of entire datasets. And second, high-curvature zones responsible for flexible reasoning with broad processing capabilities. The researchers could observe what the AI network sees and corrects during learning. They decomposed its internal settings to identify which ones most influence its behavior. Then they connected these different zones to specific types of tasks like reasoning, memory, or calculation. This is how they determined that memory and reasoning aren't stored in the same location. But they didn't stop at observation, they went further. To verify their findings, they did something radical. They deliberately disabled the parts of the AI specifically linked to memorization. They essentially gave the AI amnesia. Then they tested this memory-less AI by asking it factual questions and having it solve new problems. And guess what? It worked even without memory. The models retained their reasoning capabilities. This clearly indicates that the two functions occupy distinct parts of the AI's internal architecture. But here's where it gets really interesting. The experiment produced some surprising behaviors. Logical reasoning was preserved and sometimes even improved despite the absence of memory. However, the AI's mathematical skills and ability to memorize isolated facts were severely affected. The impact of removing general memory had consequences that were completely disproportionate according to the team. So, why does this matter? Despite discovering this strange behavior, knowing that data storage is differentiated is a huge asset for AI control. It means that AI biases and dangers can be mitigated by precisely targeting the removal of certain acquired knowledge or specialized thought patterns, and here's the best part. According to the team's conclusions, these modifications wouldn't affect the AI's general intelligence at all. The other major benefit of this discovery is that it could make AI models more efficient and less expensive to run by reducing the network space needed for their operation. Imagine being able to remove toxic training data or harmful biases without destroying the AI's ability to reason and solve problems. That's the potential we're looking at here. This research opens up entirely new possibilities for AI safety and control. We can now think about AI architecture in terms of modular components. Memory modules that can be edited, updated, or even removed. Reasoning modules that remain intact and functional. It's like discovering that we can perform surgery on AI brains with precision instead of just hoping for the best. The implications are enormous. We could create AI systems that forget sensitive information while maintaining their problem-solving abilities. We could remove biased training data without retraining the entire model. We could make AI more transparent and controllable without sacrificing performance. But this also raises new questions. If AI can reason without memory, what does that tell us about intelligence itself? Is reasoning truly independent from knowledge? And if we can separate these functions in AI, what does that mean for our understanding of human cognition? One thing is certain, this discovery proves that we still have much to learn about the systems we're creating. The black box of AI is slowly becoming more transparent, and that transparency might be our best hope for ensuring that artificial intelligence remains a tool we control, rather than a force that controls us. The race is on to understand AI before it becomes too complex to comprehend. Studies like this one from Goodfire.AI are crucial steps in that direction. Because the future of AI safety doesn't just depend on what we build, it depends on how well we understand what we've built.